What is up, guys? Red Dragons here, and this is the trailer breakdown analysis for the Battlefield 3 Caspian Multiplayer gameplay trailer that was just released today. This is a Conquest map, 64 players, and today we'll be watching gameplay on the PC. So after the awesome, amazing intros, we cut right into a cinematic of one of the capture points on the map. It's a giant radio tower. We also see a perch on the bottom end of it that may be able to be used for reconnaissance and or sniping. So after we quickly move to the next one, what we see here should excite a lot of Battlefield 2 players. We see 5 flag conquest maps returned for Battlefield 3. Ticket counts are right around 300 tickets, so we're kind of assuming that 300 tickets was be where we're going to start. We also see that each side is capped 1 flag. After the cinematic, we see here the player in a Jeep or Cav type vehicle. It has 3 spots and the player is in the driver's seat. Interesting thing to note about this frame is in the top right corner we see the Javelin missile making its debut in Battlefield 3. So that should be an interesting addition. After the cinematic, I slowed it down for you. Here's the new knifing animation to be able to take a player's dog tag. Here the player stabs them in the front with their right hand and reaches with the left to actually physically grab the dog tags off the enemy player. Here's the most exciting part of this trailer. This is the first time jets have been shown in a multiplayer trailer. Here we see the player dogfighting with 2 enemy jets in front of him. The interesting thing to note is that there's only 1 seat available in the jets in Battlefield 3. Now we see the player back in the Jeep or Cav type vehicle. There are 9 vehicles on the screen, and counting the choppers that we've seen in the other parts of this trailer and the jets, we can assume that this is going to be a very vehicle heavy map a la Heavy Metal in Bad Company 1 and 2. Here we see some tank gameplay. Interesting thing to note about this is it looks like there's 3 spots in this tank. The driver, gunner, and another spot. So that will be interesting to see how that plays out, whether it's a commander that will fit in there or something else. Back in the jet, we see a player and his wingman dogfighting with 2 other enemy players. He is using the coax gun, and as we see in the next part of the trailer, he also has missiles as well. And here I slowed down the video to show you the maneuverability of the jets banking back and forth. After that awesome action scene, we see the lighting effects of the Frostbite 2 engine with the sun breaking through the leaves and trees with the chopper above. This is more of an infantry section of the map, cutting through trees and streams, it appears to be. Here we see the maneuverability of the Havoc taking people down in the stream. This is from the gunner's third-person view. After another intense bit of action, we see the gunner's first-person view. Originally I thought this was the UAV, but as you can see in the right-hand corner, there's the gunner as well as the driver. We see a number of cannon rounds left. This appears to be either the Apache or the Havoc. Back in the jets, we see an interesting aspect of gameplay, the ability to use missiles to lock on to enemy aircraft. Here the jet is locking on to an enemy chopper. He waits till the reticle lines up, says lock on, and fires and takes him down. Here we see a main tank, the coax gun, taking pot shots at an enemy jet. The interesting thing I notice about this is how slow it appears jets move in Battlefield 3. Probably to be able to balance it correctly with the other aspects of the game. Here's possibly one of my favorite parts of this whole trailer. As the jets are dogfighting in the air, we see an enemy jet pop flares. So this is, we'll be able to dissipate the heat-seeking missiles and take them off course. Very interesting aspect to jet gameplay. And here I slowed it down for you to be able to show the banking maneuver as well as the driver almost looking in third-person view or moving the camera to be able to see the enemy jets. Here you see the player taking down a couple people with the Scar, and the Scar will be back in Battlefield 3. We also see a player that appears to be on a tow missile. We also see the Mark 11 Mod 0 in the top right corner. When I slowed it down here, you can see in the bottom right hand corner you see the player's health percentage going up and the EKG meter beside it kind of coming back to life. When he was at 3%, it seems to be going a lot slower and almost flat. Here we see some more awesome tank gameplay. This time it's a yellow heads up display and the player is the only person in the tank. They also have an AP shell that they're using, which means armor piercing. Here the player fires an RPG at a tank. We also see a new RPG reload animation, and in the back right, I guess, you can see a player parachuting down from a jet or chopper. Also in the top right, we see the T-90 makes its return to Battlefield. Here's an interesting little aspect. Where's this little guy going? This may be the drone that the Recon class has been using. Demise99 on Twitter said that the Recon class will get different specs or different equipment to be able to use other than motion balls. So as we continue this, and as we see it continued and hit the wall, we get some good micro destruction. This part of the video shows what appears to be the new UAV. We see only one spot on it, and it's calling for it to reload in the back. After this tank blows up, we see the player backing away, indicating that it may be some sort of helicopter style like Bad Company 2 series had. We also see a triple from the T-90 that just blew up that tank, indicating that there is indeed 3 spots on the tanks. Here's something that I'm very excited for. It appears to be an AA gun shooting at passing enemy jets. We see hit markers. You have to aim quite far ahead as the jets are moving at high speed. But this indicates that there will be a way on the ground to take out enemy jets with emplacements. And I slowed this down for you to show this awesome in-game cinematic, I guess you could call it. Planes dogfighting. There's 4 of them. They've got flares going on. It looks to be amazing. We can also see that in the bottom right hand corner, the player is being prompted to press X to deploy flares. And after all that, we cut to the end. That was a very, very exciting trailer from EA and DICE. It really shows the whole range of maps, and this first time jets have been shown in a multiplayer aspect. It's very, very exciting. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything. I'm very sure I did. Again, this has been Red Dragons. Thank you guys for watching, and take care.